Heyo team, happy Monday to you guys. Hope you're doing well. It has been 2 weeks since I sent one of these out, kind of last minute, made plans to drive out to Pennsylvania to be with my brother's last minute planned wedding. And so that was really blessing to be out there. Thank you to you guys for just doing an awesome job this past Wednesday night. These last 2 Wednesday nights, we've actually seen our highest numbers of students since we've gone online. I think 2 weeks ago was about 60 students, and last week was about 55 students, I think. So that is awesome. Just know that as discouraging as it may seem to see students missing or just to have to be online, that, man, God is at work, and we're seeing our students coming around and really wanting to be part of this community, even though it's not an ideal situation. Hey, happy birthday to Adam Ward.
Happy birthday!
Thankful for you, Adam. Thank you for all that you do to love and invest in our students that are serving on Sunday mornings. For those of you guys who don't know, many of you know Adam. He is awesome, but he's been kind of leading the charge on those students serving in Kid Connection and Tech and Guest Connection. Obviously, there's not much going on with that right now, but we're excited to get back to that eventually. With that, well, before that, let me get to the joke of the week, because I know you have been missing on humor for some time now. What did the policeman say to his belly button? You're under a vest. Yep, bring it. Hey, with the future kind of up in the air, obviously some of you have probably already heard this. Gathering restrictions are going to start being lifted next Monday, so like phase 1 is going to be starting. That probably will not affect us very much. We will probably continue to do services and small groups as we've been doing, because phase 1 really does not lift enough restrictions for us to even make those things feasible. However, when we get to phase 2, which is supposed to be towards the end of May, obviously we'll see. We're going to continue to remain flexible, but as we get there, there's a good chance that we'll start looking at how can we give opportunities for students to meet in smaller numbers in person, while also recognizing that some parents won't feel comfortable with that. We want to just offer any opportunity we can while still being safe and wise with how we lead our ministry. So with that, just be prepared. We're going to be looking through all of that. I'd also love to set up a leader meeting as we get a little closer to that phase 2. Again, you don't have to be in person, but I would love for as many of you who are willing and able to be in person to be for that once we hit phase 2, and we can kind of move into that. But again, remain flexible. None of this is set in stone, as you've probably heard a million times, and you certainly are aware of. I can't remember if I've said this yet. This is a big thing. We are not transitioning our students up a grade this May. We are actually going to wait a few months, and I hope I said this a couple weeks ago. If not, I apologize. But we're actually going to wait. We won't wait any farther than like early August to move up our 8th graders into 9th grade and our 5th graders into 6th grade. But the reality is right now it just doesn't make sense for us to transition them up into an online format. The only difference would basically be they'd be watching a different service. They're still meeting with the same group. And so for us, we would rather give them a chance to give this virus and everything a chance to calm down and see if we can give opportunities for our incoming 9th graders and our incoming 6th graders to have that transition be special and hopefully in person. So we do not have a specific date yet, but that should be communicated to our parents, and you can remind, for you 8th grade small group leaders, you can also just remind your students. And again, with everything last week, I cannot remember if I've communicated that or not, but hopefully I already have. If not, that will be going out tonight to parents to make sure they're aware, because like I said, it just makes more sense to wait and see if we can make it a little more special for those students. Last, we're going to continue our King David series. This will be our last week, and we're talking about David and Mephibosheth. That's going to be a fun one to teach on. But we're talking about kindness and how David showed just one small act of kindness changed a guy's life. And so we'll be challenging our students through this to show small acts of kindness to their family, to their friends, to their neighbors. And we're actually going to give out a 10-day kindness challenge. And that challenge is just one small act of kindness each day for 10 days. The last day, the 10th day, the challenge is just to challenge other friends to do it. And I just want this to be an opportunity for our students to kind of have a little fun with it, but also realize, man, it doesn't take much. All the things on the list are like stuff a kindergartner could do. It's really simple stuff, but we want students to not have an excuse to not just try and focus on doing one act of kindness a day. And man, there's so many things going on Instagram and all these different challenges that have been going up all the time. And why not see if we can get our students to be catalysts for a kindness campaign throughout our community? How cool would that be if our students started finding other friends who go to other churches or don't go to church and just say, hey, here's a kindness challenge. I'd love for you to try it. And that's something I think that will hit the values of our culture that we live in really well, because our culture highly values kindness. And I think we as the church need to be arbiters of that. We should be the first on the front lines of trying to step up and show kindness no matter what. So that's all I've got. Don't forget to subscribe. And guys, continue to pray for our students that each and every one of them would find family and own their faith, and that through this transition coming back, we would just see even more students come to know Jesus and grow closer to Him. Love you guys. Let me know if you have any questions. We will see you later. Peace.